Hey, it's Zach from 91X. I'm here with George Lewis Jr. from Twin Shadow. Thanks for joining me. What's happening?
Thanks for having me. We just got to San Diego and we're excited. We're playing tonight with Alt J, and yeah.
Out at Humphreys, it's a beautiful venue.
Yeah, I've never been. We haven't played San Diego much, but well, we've played a couple times, but I'm excited. The venue looks cool.
It is. Caer comes out the 27th, next Friday.
Good pronunciation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I picked a little Spanish up along the way, so.
Cool. You're close enough to the border.
All right.
It comes out the 27th. I'm really excited. I'm super stoked because I've been working on this record forever, so I'm excited to have it out.
It's been, like maybe 4 years in the making. Is that about right, since Eclipse?
Well, Eclipse was about 3 years ago, I think, and then really this record really was like 2 years of working on it, so which is a long time for me.
Did you go back to the cemetery to lay down any of this one?
No, I stayed out. I steered clear of the cemetery. I thought about it, but the cemetery spooked me out too much.
I can't imagine what that would have been like. So that was enough. You didn't think of any other novel places to record this that just sort of fell through?
What I did on this one was I more so like just went on my impulses, and I kind of changed studios basically whenever I felt uninspired. So I recorded this one all over the place. On the beach in Venice, I had like in a garage in right a block from the beach. In Big Bear, I rented a cabin up there in the winter and went up there. In Echo Park, in Frogtown, in Hollywood, rented an old studio that was like one of Frank Sinatra's one of his old studios. Rented that. So I just kind of went all over the place, and just whenever I got stuck, I just kind of moved on.
With just kind of poured a studio gear, all the same stuff, and just threw it up whenever you felt inspired?
Yeah, exactly. That's on the last record, I kind of bought a bunch. I bought my studio, my ideal studio setup, and it's cool. I can take it wherever I go, and I never feel like I need any particular type of room or anything like that to record, so it was good.
Smart investment. And then Future World is coming out pretty soon. What's your role in that?
I actually have you guys know more about it than I do, I think. Somebody brought it up in an interview earlier today, and I was like, I didn't know. It shot years ago now. So I had no information, no idea.
But you were there for shooting it.
I was there. I was there.
Because I don't know, I have no idea what you're doing in it either, but the trailer looks like it could just as easily have been the video for 5 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. Maybe. Yeah, maybe that kind of like post-apocalyptic motorcycle thing. But yeah, I just kind of had a small part in it, and so I showed up on the days and I filmed my parts. I have no idea what's going on with it, but I'll be excited to see, and really, I'm like in next to Method Man a lot of the scenes, who is a hero of mine. So it's like I'm super psyched about that.
That's insane. What an experience to have. That's inspiring for an artist to be there and be doing that, of course.
He's super intense, and Snoop was amazing to hang out with. He's everything you imagine. He's such a sweet guy, and just the coolest. So yeah, we'll see what happens when the movie comes out.
Yeah,
I didn't even know it was coming out.
I had no idea either, and then I watched it and I thought, okay, he's probably riding at some point because it's motorcycles, and then I wondered if there were shots where you guys are riding, but they had stunt doubles just because of liabilities and all that.
Well, I actually, a big thing for me, and a big thing that James was excited about was that I actually do ride motorcycles. Yeah. But I got out there and I did about half of my riding. Okay. And then I had to give some of it to a stuntman because these guys were riding like 80 miles an hour in the dirt, and like I have street bikes, and I mean I ride dirt too, but not not like these guys. These stuntmen are incredible. They're like 50-year-old guys who just live for adrenaline rushes and just ride. They'll just go for it. First take, they're good doing 80 mile an hour jumps and stuff like that. And I'm just like, I was like, all right, I gotta be chill on this.
Well, it's also their pros. That's their life. So if they go down and wreck whatever, it's just, that's why they get hazard pay.
Exactly. I think my first scene that I'm in, I pull into the shot and do a skid that I was very proud of. That's for real me doing it.
I'll look forward to seeing that. You've mentioned that you like to ride because you get off the road, you get off of touring, and it kind of gets you out on the road and away from music in a sense. Not necessarily an escape, but it gets your mind set in a different place.
Yeah. I don't want to say that riding is mindless. It's not. There's an awareness, but it's all like everything's instinct, and that is very calming to me because that I can always rely on. It's like I get freaked out about like, oh man, I got a dinner meeting on this day and an interview here and this here and this here. Those are the things that like get me nervous, So riding is like. It's just like has nothing to do with plans and time, it's just you just get on and do whatever you want to do, and it's just a very free thing, and I love it. It's just very simple,
Yeah, there's peace of mind there. I was just curious because I moved here from Seattle, and a lot of my friends who ride were envious because they said, you got to get on a bike. It's sunny there. It's beautiful. There's the most gorgeous rides. And they said, you'll love when you get out on the road and you just get to feel the rhythm of the bike. There's a rhythm to the motor. There's a rhythm that comes out of the turns and the road. And I'm wondering, it sounds like something that could inspire music too. So have you been out on the road and had rhythms and drum beats and melodies come into your head, and then you get done with the ride and lay down a song?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that riding inspires the music, but I 100% will like write lyrics while I'm riding, thinking about things, and then like try to rush home and write everything down. But I kind of, for me, it's very removed from everything else that I do. It's just kind of this other thing. And I'm not like, I don't have like a motorcycle club that I go ride with. Like I'm very like Lone Ranger on my bike.
Well, you do in Night of the Silver Sun.
Yeah.
But did you publish that?
No, I am working on something with it though. That'll be like a surprise.
Okay, because I've heard about it for a while, and I wanted to read it, and I can't find it. But if it's not published, that makes sense. So
it's not published, but I think something's coming from that stuff. Yeah.
Fantastic. And Caer comes out on the 27th. When Eclipse came out, you mentioned you pulled from about 60 songs to put that album together. How many completed songs do you think you have on the shelf right now that didn't make this album?
There's so many, I can't even. It's kind of ridiculous, actually. Yeah, I have albums worth of songs, but more and more I'm kind of. I used to be really like, oh man, how can I get these out? But now I'm just, I write all the time, and it's kind of what's been happening is a lot of old songs or old ideas will end up in new songs. So they kind of, even though they're sitting on a hard drive somewhere, they still like manage to find new life inside of new work.
That's fantastic. That's how you want to do it. Until, because you see all these artists that release, the estate, when they're long gone, the estate releases unreleased material, Jimi Hendrix, Prince, all of this. And
I gotta say, it's always pretty bad.
It is. And so I'm wondering.
I might be the first to say, but there's a lot of that stuff. There's a reason why this stuff stays in the vault.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I'm glad that a lot of the good ideas from that stuff sitting on the shelf has made it onto the album, and we get to hear the evolution of Twin Shadow. What are you guys going to play today?
We're going to play a song called Saturdays, a song called Brace, and a song called When You're Wrong, I think. Yeah.
All right, I'll let you get to it. It's 91X.